welcome to Matinang National High School. This is the TESDA Accredited Training Center. So, my name is Salvina Jacinto. I am your trainer for Animal Production NC2. So, before we start, kindly stand up for the prayer. Okay, amen. Please sit down. I have here attendance sheet, so please say here when I call your name. In the Jacinto Jardine, here. Sarto Christine, here. Okay. Can you sign this attendance sheet? Okay, thank you. Thank you. I have also here the data gathering tools for your characteristics as a trainee. So this will be my guide to determine your background. So answer this for 20 minutes. I will give you only 20 minutes to answer. Okay, are you done? Thank you. Also, the self-assessment guide checklist. Here is the self-assessment guide checklist. So this will help you determine your current competency that is relevant with this qualification. So you will not undergo the same training again. Answer. Okay, are you done? Thank you. Thank you. The next part. Well, according to your self-assessment guide, data gathering tools, it seems that Miss Charlene has a relevant experience in agriculture. Is it right, Miss Charlene? Yes. Do you have any proof or certificate to present here? Okay, thank you. Wow, you're a graduate of Bachelor of Technology and Livelihood Education major in Agriculture and Fishery Arts. Very good, Miss Charlene. So, don't worry, Miss Christine, that's why you are here. To undergo the training, so you will have experience too. At this moment, let's start our proper orientation about competency-based training for animal production and C2. We have 7 topics. I divided our topic into 7 parts. The first one is definition of CBT, or what is CBT. The second one is the twin principles of CBT, and the third one is rules of CBT trainer. Rules of CBT trainee, your rules as a trainee. The next one is qualification overview of animal production and C2. And the last one is competency-based learning materials, or the CBLM. So the first topic we have to tackle is the CBT. So what is CBT? Can you read Miss Christine?
CBT, competency-based training, is training that is designed to allow a learner to demonstrate their ability to do something.
Okay, thank you. That is CBT. The key thing about CBT is that you either can or cannot do the thing that you are learning about. So learners are not expected to perform tasks better than others or in competition to others. So that is CBT. The next one is the 10 principles of CBT. The 10 principles of CBT, the first one is the training is based on curriculum developed from the competency standards. The next one is learner is modular in its structure. The next one is training is learner-centered and should be accommodate individualized and self-paced learning strategies. The next one is training is based on work that must be performed. The fifth one is training materials are directly related to the competency standards and curriculum modules. The next one is the assessment is based in the collection of evidence of the performance of work to the industry required standard. The seventh one is the training is based both on and off the job components. The eighth one is the training program allow for recognition of prior learning or the RPF or current competencies. So the last one is the training allows for multiple, the ninth one is the training allows for multiple entry and exit, and the last one is training programs are registered with UTPRAS or Unified Tibet Program Registration and Accreditation System. So that are the 10 principles of CBT. The next one is the comparative analysis between traditional education and CBT. So for the traditional, can they read at least one, Charlene?
Focus on managing instruction.
Yes, very good. Thank you. Traditional instructors centered and focus on managing instruction. If most students interact about the same time, the students all cover the same materials, students are all proceed from one topic to the next at the same time also. So the instructor controls the learning piece and all students are usually tested at once. Then in CBT or the competency-based training, the instructor focus on managing learning. The next one is trainees enter at various times throughout the year. Different trainees may be trained for different units of competency with the same program. So each trainee moves on the next task. Only after mastering the task, he or she is currently working on. And the next one is each trainee progress at his or her own pace. And immediate feedback is given at critical points in the learning process. So the next one is my role as a CBT trainer. So what are my roles? I am your teacher, negotiator, facilitator, counselor, instructional material developer, actor, coordinator, session planner, and curriculum developer. So that are my roles as a trainer. So the next one is your role as a trainee. So what are your roles? Read at least one, your role, Miss Christine.
Trainees may select what they want to learn and when they want to learn it within the school.
Okay, thank you. And also please read at this one, Miss Charlene.
Trainees learn at their own rate within program guidelines. They may speed up, slow down, stop, or even repeat a task.
Okay, thank you. So that are your rules as trainees. So you have so many rules, and we will tackle that one later after our discussion. So the next one is the qualification overview of animal production, poultry, chicken, and C2. So animal production, poultry, chicken, and C2 have three components. The first one is basic. Basic is participate in workplace, communication, work in a team, environment, practice, career professionalism, occupational health and safety procedure. And common competency, apply quality standards, perform computer operation, perform mensuration and calculation, prepare and interpret technical drawing, use hand tools, terminate and connect electrical wiring and electrical circuits. So test electronic components also. Then the last one is the core. Maintain poultry environment, broaden routines, perform relay and lay activities, and trimming beef. So we will tackle that one later in our competency assessment. Okay, the next topic is CBLM. So what is CBLM? Ms. Christine, can you read?
CBLM are learning materials that are well designed and carefully developed to give trainees leaders instructions to guide them through learning process.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Christine. That is CBLM. So what are the parts of the CBLM? The first part is the front page. Read the slide on how to use the CBLM, competency summary, information sheet, task sheet, self-check, and performance criteria checklist. That are the parts of the CBLN, I mean. My methodologies in training. So as a trainer, that are my methodologies. So I use lecture and discussions, demonstration, oral, written, and questioning. Next one is my monitoring tools on your competencies. So I have the training activity matrix here. I assigned you in different tasks in a different area. The next one is achievement chart. Will your achievements will be recorded here, and also the progress chart will be recorded here also after your competency assessment. Okay. The next one is my evaluation tools about demonstration, written test, and oral test. You will experience that one after this topic. Okay. The next one is that's the last part. Okay. Any question? Okay, thank you. Okay, now I have here the pre-test. It's only 30 items. 30 items pre-test. Don't worry, it will not be basihan. It will be the base of your grade. Okay? Answer it. I will give you 30 minutes. Please read the instruction carefully. Okay, thank you. Everyone. Okay, now let's move around. We will go to the different area of the competency facilities. Please stand up. Let's go to the practical work area. Here is the practical work area. This area is where the learner acquires the skills and knowledge components of the competencies prescribed by the standard. That is the practical work area. The next one is the learning resource area. Here is the learning resource area. This area is proximate to the heart of practical work area. This area provides the learner with the knowledge requirements in the various modules respective to the competencies. Next one is the institutional assessment area. Here is the institutional assessment area. It is located at the heart of practical work area. This area provides learner with the done by the training. There is recognition done after the training. So this component also provides mechanism of assessing the completion of competency of a learner. Then the next one is the contextual area. The contextual area. It is the contextual area. This facility ensures that the underpinning knowledge, science, mathematics, and communication principles as applied to technology and provided to the learner, you as a trainee. The next one is the quality control area. Here is the quality control area. Various tests aside from metrology and calibration are conducted in this, including in-process quality control. The next one is the trainer resource area. These are the houses, the learning materials, the training regulation, and curriculum examples. This one is the distance learning area. This is to enable the learning provision outside and away from the training institution in terms of print and non-print media. Then the last one, the next one is the support service area. This area provides value-adding competencies such as automotive services, welding competency, address underpinning skills in the particular competency. And the last one is the computer laboratory area. This area is an area of computer, which learners are provided for them to learn and gain appropriate IT competencies that may include Words, Excel, and desktop publishing. Okay, let's go back to the contextual area. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you. You may now stand for the closing prayer. Okay, amen. Goodbye, trainees. See you tomorrow. Okay, for the second day. morning, trainees. It's great to see you again. Please rise for our prayer. Amen. Please sit down. There's also the attendance sheet. Please sign, Miss Christine. Okay. There's no book pen. Please sign, Miss Shirley. Okay, thank you. Okay. I posted her the training matrix of our competency training. So I assigned you different area with a different task. So you, Miss Charlie, you are assigned to practical work area, and you, Miss Christine, you are assigned here in contextual area. For you, Miss Christine, you are going to answer this module. Brooding and growing chicks. Answer it and see the answer K and compare your answer. Okay? If you have any question, just ask me. Okay, Miss Charlie, let's go to the practical work area. Okay. I will undergo you in the 3 evaluation tools. So first one is written test, then oral questioning and demonstration. First is the written test. Please sit down here. Here is your written test. It's 30 items only. Okay. Are you done? Thank you. Please undergo the demonstration now. The practical work area. Okay. Now after doing the demonstration, I have here the checklist of your demo. You prepare brooding house, check, place, check, gently inside the brooding house, check, observe the needs of the chicks, check, respond to those needs, yes, you respond to all of that. Then accomplish the records. Very good. Okay, you did very good, Miss Charlie. Now, let's go to the oral questioning after your demonstration. I will ask you the question about your demo. How do you assess the chicks intelligently?
I assess the chicks intelligently by, first is to understand the different behaviors of them. We should know that many of the different gestures they are to show.
Okay, thank you. Very good. The next one is, what is the importance of disinfecting the brooder before arrival of the chicks?
Disinfecting the brooder before the arrival of the chicks is very necessary to assure that it is clean and free from any pests, diseases, and bacteria that may infect our poultry.
Very good. Last question. Why do you need to accomplish records every after activity inside our poultry house?
Accomplishing records is important because it may tell you how your business runs. It can help you in many ways, like in monitoring, inventory, financial matters and medication, and many more.
Okay, very good, Ms. Charlene. For that, I will give you the certificate of achievement. So, for completing the 2 modules, congratulations. Please go back to the contextual area and I will record your progress and achievement in the progress and achievement chart. Okay? Okay, now, Miss Charlene, please proceed to another module. Here is the another module. The information 1.1. Please answer the transfer layers in laying house. Okay, for you, Miss Christine, let's proceed to learning after watching the video, what are those factors to consider in brooding ungrown chicks?
Prepare poultry materials, tools, and equipment. Install chick guard curtains and portable heaters correctly, and also clean and disinfect poultry house thoroughly.
Very good. The next one is, what are the precautions in handling chemical disinfectants?
Precaution for the handling of chemical disinfectant include the safety procedures such as avoid contact in the eyes and skin as prescribed by the company written in the product label of the chemical being used. It is also important to place it in a safer spot where children and youth cannot reach them.
Okay, very good, Miss Christine. Because of that, here is the certificate of achievement for successfully achieving this module. Congratulations. So now I will record your progress and achievement. Here is the achievement chart and progress chart. Okay, Ms. Christine, you may proceed to the next module. See information 2.1-1 for brooding and layering chicks. Okay, how are you, Ms. Charlene? Are you done?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Charlene, let's proceed to practical area again for your post-test. Here is your post-test. Okay, please sit down, Ms. Charlene. I prepared this post-test. Answer it 30 items. The same with the pre-test. Read the instruction carefully. You may start now. Okay, are you done? Thank you. Wait a moment. I will just check your paper. Wow, very good, Ms. Charlene. You improved in this training. So because of that, your post-test has 42 out of 45 items. Congratulations. While your pre-test is only 32 out of 45. You improve a lot. Very good, Ms. Charlene. And that is, I will give you this certificate of recognition for accomplishing these modules. Second one, it is signed by our school principal here, Dr. Victoria Villamor. Okay, here is the assessment schedule. Visit the provincial for the schedule, and please bring 4 pieces of passport size ID picture with white background and with collar shirt. Okay, the next is, here is my active, I have here the training evaluation. Kindly answer it honestly in order me to evaluate my weaknesses and to improve it. Okay? Are you done? Thank you, Ms. Charlene. This one is for the application form and the schedule for assessment. So whenever you are ready, just take the assessment, and whenever you are ready, go for it. Okay? Thank you. Congratulations once again, Ms. Charlene. Thank you. Please go back to the contextual area. How are you, Christine? Hey, this is the end of our meeting. Thank you for your cooperation. May God bless you, and good luck for your national assessment.